Welcome, everybody, to a little underground thing called the secret variant. What's good? What's good? Anybody in the chat? Nobody in the chat. It's cool. It's all right. It's a very late night FOC show that I'm doing here. Oh, snap. There's people. Oh, snap. Raw report. Thanks for joining me live, guys. So, yeah, just going to do a little sneaky little FOC show here again tonight. And I noticed that my lighting is kind of low at the moment, so let me correct that. And it looks like I got 5 live listeners. I want to thank you guys for joining us live here this evening. 11:37 p.m. with the adjusted time over here. There we go. Woo. Brighten up the office a little bit so you guys can see me. So thanks for, again, joining live. I think it is very, very cool of you guys to come and check me out when I do these things. And there may be some changes in the future for some good stuff. So we'll see. But thank you again for joining. You were eBay hunting? I smelled you. All right. So FOC coming up. So I know you guys are here for the goods. So let's get over into that. And thank you again for joining this Raw report. Let's see here. Gotta cancel my stop screen. There we go. Stop sharing that. Let's get it over to the other screen we want to share. All right. There we go. That's the one. All right, everybody. So thank you again for hanging out live. Of course, check out the tunes by Karl Casey over at White Bat Audio. And he is a YouTube phenom with some copyright-free music. And that is why I use him for my videos. So, yeah, there's going to be some stuff coming, FOC, as far as what we got. So let's take a look at some of this stuff. So let's start off with the image books. Of course, Department of Truth number 3 is already on FOC. Issue 2 came out last week. Killer stuff. Let's after we go through the FOC list, we'll go and jump over on the variants and second prints just to make sure if it's not listed here. So let's see if we got any incentives that we can take a look at for some of these things. But some of these are looking pretty good. Department of Truth, Philadelphia number 10, Ice Cream Man number 20. Now this is yeah, this is the local comic shop day variant. So this one, your LCS has now been invited to be able to participate in LCS Day, which is pretty awesome because previously you were not able to get in on this unless you were actually in their network. So really, really fire stuff there. So it should be cool. But look at all these variants that are going to be there, and some of these are going to be very limited. Some of them are going to be a little bit more popular. So you want to ask them for this, put your name down for as many of these as possible. Invincible number 1 gold foil logo with the cartoon coming up. That's probably going to be a really good one to get. LC the monstrous talk stories. Oh yeah, that's right. So this is coming out. Oh crap! I'm really gonna have to get down for that. I don't want to pause my video like that. That was weird. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna have to actually get down for that monstrous stories 1 of 2. So it's a 2-issue miniseries, and it's gonna have a gold foil, and of course we got a local comic shop day, Spawn 312 from McFarlane. Pretty cool. Nailbiter returns. I'm not really into any of that much stuff, but if you are, here's some good ones for you. Pretty Violent number trade paperback for volume 2 will also be on FOC this week. Let's see, Rat Queens number 23. This one has a preview where you can actually take a look at it, and that's the Reckless hardcover. Redneck number 29. So cool stuff there. Savage Dragon 254. Scumbag number 2. So if you guys didn't read Scumbag number 1, it was pretty It caught me off guard. Honestly, it was a much better read than I thought it was going to be. And then there's a couple of good variants, and there's also, like, if you guys haven't already checked out, Wanda Comics has a virgin cover of the 1 in 50 and 1 in 100 incentive for Scumbag #1. I just actually picked one of those up. But here's your Spawn 312s, and of course there's going to be a local comic shop day one like we just saw above. Stealth trade paperback. Tartarus. I'm not reading that one, but okay. Cover A, a cover B, and then Undiscovered Country #10 with a midnight release Sorrentino variant. All right, so that was the Image stuff. Let's see what's in Dark Horse, if there's anything cool that we need to take a closer look at. Avatar: The Last Airbender. You know, I guess that's going to start to see a little bit of resurgence again, maybe. Now, this is right up my alley right here. Final Fantasy 15 Official Works hardcover. Final Fantasy 15's world of Eos is filled with wondrous scenery, larger-than-life creatures, diverse cultures, and treacherous foes. Experience hundreds of pieces of detailed design work composed lovingly for fans of the unique sci-fi fantasy world. Yeah, that's totally right up my alley. So, all right. So there's look like there's going to be a limited edition hardcover. That's a suggested retail of $199.99. Usually, if they're like that, it can be a good flip later on, but no guarantees there, guys. Of course. Let's see here. Oh, Umbrella Academy figures are kind of cool, right? So we got Witcher, Fading Memories #1 of 4. So we're getting a Dark Horse Witcher series, mini-series at least. And then we have Black Hammer Library Edition hardcover volume 2. X-Ray Robot 4 of 4. That's an all red artwork. So and then there's more artwork on that one. So cool. All right. IDW. Now, comic book history of animation. Okay, cool. Probably a good read. A Dinosaur Smithsonian coloring book. Mel won't read that. Goosebumps, Secret of the Swamp, #3 of 5. Now, this right here, Kill Lock. I want to point out to you guys that Kill Lock is actually done by a Transformers artist named Livio Romandelli. I always fuck up his name, and I feel really bad about it. But he's got some really dark artwork. So, like, look, there's some Transformers books where I despise how dark the tone is because of the tone set by the previous issues. But his artwork in some of them, when he does the whole story, is pretty rocking. He did Autocracy, Monstrosity, and then what was the last one? Forget it. But he did a trilogy. Primacy, that was the third one. So yeah, you know, he did a couple of those that were really, really cool. So you guys should check out that Kill Lock story. Is also pretty cool. Shout out to Gary Nusser, the Comic Perspective, on that one. So we got Marvel Action Chillers, and this is a Elsa Bloodstone book, which is pretty weird if you think about Elsa Bloodstone. Her popularity is definitely on the rise right now. Mountainhead 5 of 5, Scarent Hood, Sleeping Beauties, Snake Eyes Dead Game #3 of 6, and so we're halfway through. And of course, that limited edition B variant with the red suit. All right, so Sonic the Hedgehog, Bad Guys, #3 of 4. The 4 is your miniseries. You got your cover A and your cover B, and then you got your TMNT Best of Donatello, $5.99 cover price. Turtle Mania is going on right now. And then, of course, for those of you guys checking out the Jenica story, Jenica trade paperback is going to be available on final order cutoff. Transformers #25 is going to be FOC in this week. And, of course, there's going to be a 1 in 10 for those. So we'll take a look at the other list here in just a second and take a look at some of these variants. And, of course, the Usagi Yojimbo Wanderer's Road Peach Momoko cover is going to be a cover B. So it's going to be open order. And you guys should be reaching out to your stores about those because here we have Transformers Galaxies A and B covers, and then this is the A and B cover for those. All right, so here's the one we want. For all my fans know that I read a honestly, I read a lot more Marvel when it just comes to numbers. But yeah, we're gonna check into some of this stuff. So, oh, nice. Livio went to Nuclear Comics. Cool. You know, that's good shit, man. Kenny gets everybody. I guess that guy, that store owner, books a lot of good talent. So, but yeah, Livio's art, man, it's not for everybody for sure, but it definitely is one of those things of art that grew on me the more I read it, especially the more exposure he had in Transformers books, the more it grew on me. But there was one where they had him fill in for an issue, and it was just, dude, it was so dark. I had like trouble like making out some of his artwork and a little bit of it. But then there's other books that he does. Like there was a group of Transformers called the Badgeless that were all wearing the same suit, and it looked like total Tron-esque. You know, it was a helmet with like light LEDs going down the front of it. And he did really good on that. And good Dinobot artist as well. So I'll definitely give him that. Yo, what's up, Aaron Yee? Yo, and I'm going to give a shout out to this man. This man found me a Fallen Angels Peach Momoko that he was to just send me. Wicked. Appreciate that shit, man. That's, again, that's going to be the most awesome book. All right, so let's get back into this Marvel section now because we got the Marvel stuff. And there is a couple books already on this top row. And again, my windows are acting funny here. So if I pop this one out. Okay, so let's see. Let me see if I can adjust my screen here for a second. Stop sharing that, and then let me reshare the screen. Let's see if it's anywhere. Yeah, it's not letting me share a separate screen, so hang on a second here. Trying to get through this. So every time I click on something in the screen, so this is the part that sucks. When I click on something, it opens it in a new window, so I can't really like highlight the way that I want it to be able to share with you guys the artwork on this. But we're gonna roll with it. You guys can, of course, go over to previewsworld.com and take a look at some of all the stuff that I'm looking at here, too. But this right here, on this top row, again, we got all these Amazing Spider-Man number LRs, which are just more in-between stuff. But this right here, the Amazing Spider-Man 55 poster, okay, that artwork is poster-worthy. So I would assume Amazing Spider-Man fans are going to want to get in on that one, and I would definitely get your order in for that one. Atlantis Attacks, number 5 of 5. I haven't even read the first 4. So I couldn't really tell you what's going on there. We got a poster for Black Cat number 1, Wicked, and then Black Widow number 4 with some more Adam Hughes covers. But there's an MCU variant, and of course I can't show it to you up close because it just opened in a new window. But it shows the Taskmaster, the MCU version of him fighting Black Widow on the cover of number 4. So I don't know, might have some legs. And then of course we got the scanned nullified variant. I just want to take a look at this one a little bit up close further. You know, it works with her with the even with the red spider thing on the front. It really works with her just because of her character being, you know, Black Widow. So here we go. So we got a couple of cool things here to look at. So this right here, Champions number 1, the outlawed version is getting a second print. I don't know why. There's still plenty on the shelves in most places. I know that the Champions variants are being hyped a lot. But, you know, there's still plenty of them out there. And again, I want to give a word of the caution. I know some people who hyped up the 1 in 50, the Momoko, really, really big time, and we're riding that Momoko wave. But guys, they're not selling, and I'm watching it happen. I'm watching people, you know, reduce their prices. So don't want you guys to be holding the bag on that one. But it's not a dump book. If you believe in the Champions and the spec that's behind the book and the Champions, then cool. You shouldn't really overpay though. Ratio should be a target purchase for you guys if you're trying to get into some of these books. Sometimes below ratio on a lot of them too. But anyway, Champions number 3, I'm actually excited for this because, you know, more Viv Vision content. And even though it looks like we won't be getting that version of her on the WandaVision stuff, who knows? You never know what the future might hold. There's still a lot of story to tell in between, you know, Scarlet Witch and Vision breaking up and him creating a family of himself, you know. But Children of the Atom #1, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but apparently the X-Men all get sidekicks, and they all like have similar powers to a lot of the X-Men. So I think it's kind of cool. Might have some legs, but Children of the Atom #1 is actually on FOC in this previews, I believe. Civil War snapshots. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna move on because there's a Kelly variant. Wearing a face mask. All right. So Conan the Barbarian #16. There's a Nord variant, and we're going to take a look at the incentives list here in a little bit too. The Daredevil 24 with a #25 also due on FOC same day. And there's a nullified variant for that one. Doctor Doom #9. Doctor Doom with a Phoenix variant. And you know what? For all of my God King Doom fans, yeah, this is probably going to be one I probably need to get myself. Excalibur #13 has gone second print. And here we have, Excalibur 15 with an Extra Swords variant. And Captain Avalon happens to be on the cover. Let me see this real quick. Let me take a closer look. So if Brian Braddock is going to remain as if he's going to remain as Captain Avalon, that Excalibur 13 should have a little bit of legs as far as maintaining the first appearance. So the rest of these are probably going to be spoilerific. So if you guys are Extra Swords followers, you're probably going to want to sign off. Just saying. Let me check over here in the chat. Oh, has this been all small screen? Shit, I thought it was large screen. My bad. So let's, there we go. Let me flip that one around. So yeah, let me show you again. This right here, God King Doom. Fans, like I said, there's a Phoenix variant for Doctor Doom #9. This right here is going to be interesting. Excalibur #15. This makes Excalibur #13 second print a little bit more. Also, kind of wondering what's going on there. Larou's connecting variant for Extra Swords, which should be interesting. And then we have another Extra Swords variant. Wow. So there's tons of variants already going on for that. Falcon and Winter Soldier #5 of 5. Something going on with the new Hydra Prime. Then Fantastic Four, Antithesis 4/4. I know in issue 3 it ramps up a little bit, but final order cut off for that. This one right here is probably going to be wanted by a lot of people. If it's not ordered, make sure you get your FOC order in for it. Because Fantastic Four Road Trip #1, the Del Mundo variant that has like, it looks like a VHS, just making its waves is at least around social media, and it's definitely something that people are paying attention to. The Nakayama variant too, with a bloody thing, kind of weird, man. Him peeling off a piece of his tile and revealing he's bleeding underneath it. And then Hellions #7. It's a little weird because might be a little spoilerific as far as what happened to the Hellions, because they're right now, I think, somewhere lost in Otherworld. Marvel Heroes at Home. Yeah, you know, whatever. Heroes at Home #1 is also going to have a Ron Lim variant. King in Black #1 of 5. So here we go. Darkness Reigns, and this is where your store is probably going to be kicking off a lot of them. And then we got a spoiler variant for #1. So you're probably going to want to get down for a couple of these. This one right here, King in Black, the Betterman Tattoo variant, I think is probably going to be a good one, and then the spoiler variant. Now, the Moko variant appears to be open order, so that one's probably going to be heavily saturated. The Darkness Reigns variant, probably also open order, going to be heavily saturated. The U Connecting variant, I don't know if there's going to be any marketing on that one. This one is about as fetch as the action figure variants for America #1 and a few of the other books that, you know, it's an action figure variant. Yeah, it's rare, but nobody really is going to care about it. King of Black #1 poster, good shit right there. The king size Conan. So yeah, all right. Cool stuff from Marvel as far as with that stuff. Now, this is another book. When we're done here, we're going to go over that variant list. But Marvel Tales Null. Null, God of the Symbiotes, will haunt your nightmares as we celebrate the legacy of the House of Ideas with Marvel Tales. This anthology series shines a spotlight on fan-favorite characters, features timeless stories, and highlights from some of Marvel's most impressive talent, from the past 8 decades. First, Superstar creators Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman introduced null and crucial chapters of their sensational reinvention of the Venom mythos. In Venom 2018, number 3 and number 4, Venom and Miles Morales stand in the way of a symbiote dragon terrorizing Manhattan. But what connects it all to Null and Venom Carnage, born from Donny Cates and Danilo Beyruth, a deadly cult resurrects the serial killer Carnage as an agent of Null. And legendary artist Mark Bagley illustrates Venom's fight for survival in Venom number 25. And there's more here. Oh, crap. There's more! All right, let me read the more. Setting the stage for Null's imminent arrival in the Epic King in Black. So are these Marvel Tales a collected edition, a reprint? That's weird. I did not know that they were a reprint. So these Exoswords second prints won't look like the Exoswords variants, but it'll have that Exoswords trade dress and kind of like just a piece of the picture. If you've been seeing the second prints that they've done for the other ones, like Wolverine 6, X-Force 13, they all look that way. As far as all the preview art on all of them appear to be the same way. But I don't know if any of you guys in chat saw what I was just looking at, where basically it talks about that Marvel Tales Null having a bunch of other book stuff in it. So it might be a reprinting of a bunch of Null stories. If Venom 3 gets reprinted in this Marvel Tales with a new cover, boom. Okay, so here's the reason why I love doing this list live and kind of like off the cuff and just natural, because this is the kind of stuff that flows through my head when I'm at the comic shop going through previews. And it seemed like a good idea to share this kind of stuff with you guys. So again, I can't confirm it because obviously I don't have the book in hand. I don't know how this shit works. But if any of you guys have read any of the previous Marvel Tales that they've released and can confirm if they are collected editions of other books, then damn, we might have something seriously big on our hands here. And I'm glad to share it with the 10 of you guys watching live. So I appreciate it. The next things that I see here, Maestro 4 of 5 with a Motley variant, Spider-Man boxes, Marvel previews, copies for marketing, woo! And then December 2020 previews. So okay, so we got some Miles Morales stuff, and here's where you know, some of the Miles Morales and the Amazing Spider-Man stuff I'm pretty sure these people were talking about. Miles Morales 21 has that nullified Inyuk Lee variant, and we'll take a look at some of these variants I think a little bit closer when we get over to the other page. The Spider-Man number 21 Schumacher Miles Morales variant. There is an entire month of Miles Morales variants. The only two that are going to be good probably are going to be the ones that are on Miles Morales or Amazing Spider-Man, because of the only ones that are Spider-Man related, making it really, really hard to, you know. Again, I hate it when variants are on other things that they don't belong to. But take a look at this. We got the return of, well, we got a Dazzler hardcover for $75, and then we've got a MODOK Head Games number 1. Couple of variants right here, so these are all obviously open order because they're not going to show the incentives here. And then Nonstop Spider-Man number 1. That's the poster. Power Pack returns. Power Pack and Outlawed. So for you guys who are speculating on the newer generation, the young characters that are on the come up, Power Pack is definitely probably one of the better ones. And their first appearance in X Factor is still relatively first. I think it was an X Factor that first appeared. You know what? Let me grab my keyboard and do this. Power Pack. Power Pack first appearance. It says, oh, actually, they first appeared in Power Pack number 1. So, okay. I thought it was actually in an X Factor book because I know they'd appeared a bunch of times in there. But, yeah. So, they're returning. And then there's a Marvel Zombies variant. Savage Avengers, of course, after the Punisher. Welcome back, Frank Castle. Thank you for not being Frank and Castle anymore, because that was the stupidest thing they could have ever done to you. Savage Avengers number 15, like I said, is going to have a couple of variants, and we'll take a look at the other list. Shang-Chi 3 of 5. And there's a Phoenix Shang-Chi variant. All right. Spider-Man with the young Peter's son as the role of Spider-Man. And then we got Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 6. So there's been some good stuff going on in Dr. Aphra. All right, we got the Union. And I want to give a shout out to Gary Nusser the Despective, because they finally got a name of this guy. His name is Snakes. They called me Snakes. Nobody knew his name. Everybody's trying to figure out who he was, but his name is Snakes. And the Union has a couple of variants, including a design variant by Silva. And then we got Thor number 10 with a Donald Blake cover, which is really, really weird to think about why Donald Blake is on that cover. And then we got the Thor Nullified variant. True Believers King in Black number 1. True Believers King in Black Franklin Richards. So, all right. Well, let's talk about this one for a second here, because this True Believers is something that I don't know if you guys know. I've talked about that Fantastic Four book before. All right. So paying attention to what's going on in Fantastic Four, this is something I want to bring to light. Franklin Richards just recently got depowered. But you ever wondered how Franklin Richards was so OP in the first place, like ridiculously overpowered? Well, the first time his powers ever show are in that Fantastic Four they're doing that True Believers for. Now, I am a betting man because I actually bet my beard on the presidential election, not necessarily in favor of the candidate that I'm in favor for, just in reference to the news through the grapevine, who I've heard has already won by number, and I bet the beard. So I know you guys are thinking, what the hell? Well, look, I bet it against a Cyberpunk number 1 of 300 variants. So if I lose, I have to shave the beard. If I win that book. I think it's a pretty decent bet. So just a heads up on that one. But I am a betting man every now and then. But I only like to bet on sure things. This is maybe not be a sure thing, but the way that Franklin Richards gets his body possessed by another being of light, calling himself the Avatar, he's the Avatar. Franklin Richards is OP because that being of light gave him pure power. All right, but now he is powerless. So I have a feeling there's something coming up in King in Black that's going to be related to Franklin Richards, and it might throw back to that Fantastic Four issue, which I believe is issue 235 or 245. Let me pull it up real quick to confirm here. I've talked about it a bunch on Drunken Chat. I think it might be 245. 243, because I think 245 is the issue after. Yes, it is 245. So issue 244 is the one where Nova becomes a new Herald of Galactus, and 245 is the one where Franklin Richards gets possessed by another cosmic power. So keep in mind, I read a lot of these books, so I hope that I'm doing it right. And you think that's worth it? Cool, man. I can always grow the beard back. My wife absolutely hates it, so it might be, if I do lose, no big deal. All right, let me get back over here and make this thing larger screen. There we go. All right, so that True Believers is in there, and then the other True Believers that they have here is King in Black, Iron Man, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is always going to be, a dude who's got a lot of power, so I think it's kind of cool. We got a second printing for Warhammer 40K. Web Spider-Man number 1 is making a return. Now, because of Web Spider-Man number 1 making a return, we've got a poster for number 1. We got Werewolf by Night number 2's final order cutoff. X of Swords Destruction, and the Wheel of Fortune turns, the unfortunate fall. And there's a variant right here. There's a Laraz connecting variant, and then there's a Swords of Destruction Momoko variant, and there's a U variant, and then X Factor number 5, X of Swords. So it's like X Factor took a hiatus throughout this X of Swords little rearrangement thing here. So this is also kind of weird because X-Men number 12 has now gone to a 3rd printing. So keep an eye on how short ordered the 2nd printing was, because that red cover is pretty popular. We'll see what this 3rd printing has in store now, because that's amazing news to me. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of shops that are going to be ordering it just because still a lot of people wanting it. It's the X of Swords preview. X-Men number 15 has a Momoko variant for X of Swords, it looks like. And yeah, Greater Division, Bitter Victories, Bitterer Hearts. So that's it for the Marvel. I'm not going through Dynamite. I'm not going to go through Boom. There's a bunch of other stuff over here. So we don't need none of that. So let's go ahead and check back out in the chat. There's anything going on over there? Nah. Okay. So let's stop sharing that screen and let me get over to the incentive list and see if there's any goods I can point out there. And then we'll wrap this one up. It is 12:07 a.m. All right. So share my screen. All right. New printings and variants, everybody. Okay, so the first one up they got on the cover is Miles Morales number 19, going for a second print. Looks like him and the Prowler on the cover against a whole bunch of goblins. That should be interesting. So first up in the Premier Publisher section of second prints, we've got We Only Find Them When They're Dead, which will be in stores. Number 2, second printing, will be in stores on the 4th. And then We Only Find Them When They're Dead, number 2, third printing, will be in stores 2 weeks from then. Dune will be in stores in a week from Wednesday on 11/11. Seven Secrets, number 4, or number 1, fourth printing, and number 3, second printing, also on 11/11 for Boom. And Something Is Killing the Children, number 9, also on 11/11. So none of them are really FOC. IDW's got Duck Avenger, number 1, second printing. Oh, wait. Oh, look at this. We get this again, everybody. When they mess up and they show us no details are found, but yet they put these in the system to show that the Duck Avenger will be having a Scorpion Comics exclusive. How about that? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And I hope I don't lose subscribers if I shave the beard. So this is interesting. You guys know that last time we caught one of these stores doing a store variant, and it was actually put on this list. Well, we have caught it again. Are they? Well, you know, if it's not showing up on the FOC list, that's another one of those things that Boom does, and that book will obviously have a third printing. But this is funny though, because again, we have another one of these store variants that are being solicited through the new printings list, which just lets us know what's going on. So G.I. Joe Real American Hero, of course, in 2 weeks is going to have that action figure variant, second print in stores. Oh, pardon me. It is past my bedtime. TMNT The Last Ronin number 1, second print will be in stores on 12/2. So I think FOC, it was last week, or it might be this week. So just definitely get your name down for it, because there's going to be a lot of people are going to be jumping on that one because it is a later printing, thus making it more rare. And Voice of the Stars number 1, don't know what that is, but apparently it's popular enough to get a second printing, and that'll be in stores in a little over a week. Department of Truth number 1, second printing will be in stores, and unfortunately I reported that there was a secret variant for number 2 that never materialized. Unfortunately, my buddy who was on the phone with his Diamond rep was extremely gassed up by his Diamond rep, and thinking that there was going to be a 1 in 10 secret variant like they did last time, but no secrets. And yeah, basically the second print for number 1 has got red, white, and blue colors on it, and you never know, it may truly have a secret variant. So you're going to want to look through those at the stacks. If your stores don't know about it, it might be something cool for you to check into. So let's see here. The Spawn 308 second, Spawn 309 third, and Spawn 310 second printings. You know, just similar artwork to what they were before with their gunslinger and the hooded Spawn. So that's pretty cool. The Charlie Brown's Savage Dragon we all knew about. That'll be in stores this week. If it isn't in your store and you want it, I would suggest securing your copy. Savage Dragon's barely selling 3,000 copies, or, you know, selling 3,000 books a month. So they're right at the very bottom of Diamond's list, and sometimes I don't even think they appear on it because they don't print enough. That Texas Blood #1 third print, #2 second print, #3 second print, #4 second print will all be in stores on the 18th. So Avengers 36, it has a second printing which is pretty wicked, and I can't wait for that one actually. Cable #5 second print, X Swords variant. So yeah, this one here. This one, like I said, this is the trade dress that's on all these X Swords variants. So if you are seeing second prints, probably going to be something very similar to this X Swords trade dress across it, and it's just basically plastered over top of the original cover art. So it's not terrible, it's not great either, but all good. But Captain Marvel 22 is getting a second print. Of course, this second print's actually going to have, we have some artwork finally. So if you're into this kind of thing, you know, if that is Thor's daughter, if that is one of Thor's daughters, she's already had a first appearance. And I would remind you guys to check out the story in God of Thunder, where the Thor's granddaughters, I think, are reading the book that you know, is telling the tale of the goddess of thunder and stuff like that. So she may have already appeared in other places, but we may not know about that. So we want to check into that one. I'll be looking into that one. And yeah, Sora wearing, it looks like an X shirt, but who knows. So that's pretty cool looking stuff right there on the second print. At least it is a second print with cover appearances, which we all know and love. So Champions #1 got a second print, no cover art. Excalibur, no cover art. Juggernaut, we already know about this one. It's going to be in stores this week. So cool stuff there. And that right there is D-Cell. So D-Cell swears up and down she's not a mutant when she appears, but we actually know she is. And then, of course, Marauders, second print, like I was showing you before. It's going to have this trade dress over top of it. Pretty easy peasy. New Mutants 13 second print. Miles Morales #19. So here we go. Miles Morales #19 second print. It's one of them's at the top of the list here. And I just got me a #8 second print. Shout out to Wanda Comics. Good stuff, right? And #8 second print. This is like Impossible 9.8. So let's see here. We've got Rise of Ultraman #1 will be in stores. I think I've shown that one on previous FOC shows. Shang-Chi. So, Shang-Chi #1 is going to have his second print 1 in 25 sketch variant, first appearance of Sister Hammer. And so if you guys are onto that tip, also, this right here is, got her on the cover. Wanted Comics, I think, is going to have a version of that available. So, yeah, cool stuff there if you're after that one. Star Wars #7 is getting a second print. I don't know why, but if there is anything kind of action-wise going on in this issue, it might be a good idea to get into it. So this one here, however, so yeah, we all know about Star Wars Bounty Hunters. Bounty Hunters is getting a second print. Star Wars #6. Darth Vader #6. Apparently this guy's big news, and if you had not ordered it from your store, I think FOC was last week. You're going to just want to at least try to put your name down for some of these. If you can't get in on FOC for some of them, at least try to call your store tomorrow and be like, hey, I know you guys are getting your shipment tomorrow. I don't know if you can. If you can, hook me up. But Thor's continuing, more prints. Strange Academy with more prints. #1 fifth printing. Looks like just black and white sketch art. And then third print, #3 second printing, I'm sorry. Good stuff that's going to be getting a second print. Strange Academy, I'm waiting for the first 5 issues, and I'm going to read them all 1 through 5 and get a good grip on how the story's looking. Thor 2 sixth print. Come on, man. Thor #8 second print. All right, let's take a closer look at this. Ha! All right, that is actually kind of good. Tony hitting Tony hitting Thor in the face with Mjolnir. All right, I'm kind of digging that. I think it's kind of cool. All right, so now we're into the Venoms. Venom #25, too many prints. Venom #26, too many prints. Venom #27, that looks awesome. So this one right here, Yeah, you know, as much as I hate to say it, because it's Anne in the Agent Venom suit, and it's an Agent Venom variant, and Agent Venom hasn't been around in a little while. So, yeah, you know, I'll probably be picking that one up. Oh, I guess what better judgment. Here I am yawning again on my show. So I'm picking this one up too, because even though his symbiote got taken away from him, I really have a feeling Max gonna end up with a symbiote again, and that version of him will return. But it was kind of cool to see him get healed, even after almost getting killed. So let's see here, Warhammer, we showed that one. Wolverine X Sword second print, X Factor number 4 second print, X Force 13 second print, and X Force 13 second print. So I don't know which one's going to have more legs as the first solemn. Is it going to be Wolverine 6 second print or X Force 13? Because is he still on the cover? Yeah, he's still on the cover, guys. Oh, God. Oh, that is a mess. Oh, like I said, I'm way past my bedtime, so I think that's where I'm going to call it quits here. Thank you again for making it through. Let's see. Hey, what did you miss? Well, not much. Just going over some books going over some variants and shit. Just went through the FOC list, and thank you for joining me live. I really do appreciate it. So, with that said, guys, thanks again for posting up in the chat. You're making the live streams even more fun for me. But there's going to be some content hopefully coming up. Watch my IG. I'll be making announcements there, because you may see me donning a tie and being a little bit more professional in the future as far as delivery. But don't worry, the underground stuff's still going to happen on this channel if I do content someplace else. So just keep that in mind, because I do appreciate you guys in this underground thing, because the underground thing is kind of important for me, because it's like a natural progression, natural beat build, you know what I mean? I'm back. Sorry about that. A little bit of a mess up there. I didn't mean to leave studio. I meant to end the screen that I was sharing, so I can get back over to the other screen I need to share. And let's see here. That's the one. So, guys, again, I'm tired and I'm making mistakes, obviously, in my late night. So this is where I'm going to call it quits. Thanks for, again, joining live and checking out another edition of this thing called The Secret Variant. And where's my page here? There we go. So, as you guys know, I do this little secret variant thing. And, yeah, just like and subscribe. I do this other thing called the Maximus Mail Call. And the slow transition to this slide right here, the Speculation Matrix and Prime Pickups. And, of course, you know, I'll be seeing you guys. Even though my parents are coming into town, I'm going to be dead tired. I'm still going to be doing Drunken Chat this weekend. So looking forward to seeing you guys on there. Don't forget, we go live at 12:30 a.m., around 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can find my eBay page, which I sold today, a Spider-Man 234 first print with the Marvel Value stamp. So look forward to getting that one packaged up. If that was one of you guys buying from me, I really appreciate the sale. And, of course, you can find me on IG and at FaceSpace. And also on Twitter under X Ultra Maximus X. Thanks again for watching. Check you guys next time.